So the DualSense Edge has been out for a few days now, and one of the main controversies has to be the battery. Sony has trunked the battery compared to the regular DualSense controller. How does it translate to battery life? There's only one way to find out. I have an iPad mini. I'm going to be using this as a timer. And of course, I have a DualSense Edge Pro controller charged all the way up to 100%. And of course, I just got the controller, so the battery health is at 100%. I have vibration enabled, adaptive triggers enabled, and I have the light of the controller set to normal. So everything is at the default settings. The only thing that's customized are my buttons to my liking. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Quick word from my sponsor, Carrot. This credit card is essentially the black card for content creators. It doesn't require any background check through social security. You just need a following, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc. But the big benefit of having this card is essentially scaling your brand. You have personalized merch, so you can reach out to a Carrot creative service and it can accumulate more income. And the cherry on top is the Times Square billboards. This is something that I really want. So in Times Square or Hollywood, you could showcase your brand, your face right on the billboard. So if you sign up, you actually helping me accomplish that goal. Okay, now that that's out the way, powering up the DualSense Edge, must say I love this controller so much, guys. It's hard to go back to a regular DualSense, but I started the timer right away and I decided to join a party with my friends. I decided to use a wired gaming headset, plugging it directly into the DualSense Edge. Now this could actually drain more battery life opposed to using Bluetooth, which is a transmitter connected to the PS5, but I decided to proceed with a wired headset. So join the chat. Started to get a little hungry. I had a drink next to me. So this is like a day in the life how it is when I'm playing on my PS5. So I decided to search on YouTube, look for a video, and start to eat dinner. So watching Courtney Ryan, watching a couple of my favorite YouTubers, and I was just starving like Marvin. So yeah, but that's part of the process though. After eating, chatting with some friends, I decided to finally start up a game. 30 minutes later, I wanted to play Returnal. Now, Returnal is one of those games that's perfect for this. If you want to drain the DualSense battery life, because you have the adaptive triggers, the haptics are incredible in this game. I love it so much. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Returnal is easily one of my favorite PS5 games of this generation so far. Now, of course, there's more games to come, but I love that game so much. So I played it. Now, I'm not sure if you guys like this kind of controller cam. Maybe you do. And I don't want to bore you guys too much, but unfortunately I had to cut the camera because I ran out of space on my camera and on my iPhone for the secondary camera. So I played Returnal for about an hour, and the chat decided to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that's exactly what I did. So I turned back on the camera, I free up some space, and we playing Shipment, we playing Shoot House. Oh my god, I had to reload. Bro, I'm having a sloppy ass game right now. Now this controller works wonders for Call of Duty because, as we know, Call of Duty is a twitch shooter, so you need that slight advantage to be quicker, and especially with the paddles on the back or the bumpers, to be able to quickly press X or circle, it's just wonders. I cannot play with a regular DualSense controller again after playing with the Edge when it comes down to Call of Duty. Now the only thing is with Call of Duty, I'm not used to having vibration enabled. I tend to have my vibration off, but just to keep the test fair, I have vibration enabled. The only thing I did not have on are the adaptive triggers. I used the trigger stop, but 2 hours in, I lost a bar, so I only have 2 bars left. Sony PlayStation, you should have a battery percentage on the DualSense. The bars is just not, you can't see exactly what percentage you're on. So it kind of makes this test a little harder to really calculate exactly what percentage I'm on. I was winning a lot of gunfights, but it was a lot of rage at the same time because I haven't played Call of Duty in a little while, so I was trying to get the rust off and trying to see how the controller is too. But nonetheless, Call of Duty is a perfect controller. Well, I said that backwards. So after playing Call of Duty for roughly an hour, I decided to get some ice cream and cool off. All that rage was just driving me insane. And after that little small break, chit-chatting, we went right back into Call of Duty yet again. So Call of Duty, that's basically it. And you know, doing this test, it all depends on the games that you're playing. You could be playing NBA 2K, you could be playing Returnal all day, or you could playing God of War Ragnarok. It all depends on what game you're playing, because it depends on the vibration, or how they're going to utilize the haptics and the adaptive triggers. But needless to say, this was just this night per se. But 4 hours of having the controller on so far, and I noticed I have 1 bar left. Now, after another hour of Call of Duty, we decided to play some PGA golf, and this is just one of the most peaceful games. You're chilling with your friends, you're playing some golf, and just one of the most peaceful games. I noticed I'm at 1 bar, 5 hours and 30 minutes in, and then I cut to 6 hours in. It's flashing the warning sign, so I know any minutes it's gonna die. So now at this point, 7 hours and 20 minutes in, the controller has died. Now, this is pretty crazy, because I was calculating my shot, talking to my friends, and it just shut down on me, and yeah, it just died. So 7 hours and 20 minutes, that's how long the DualSense Edge battery lasts. Let me know in the comments down below, is that even enough? I gotta think about that one. And let me remind you, this is 2:08 in the morning. I was tired, I could not keep my eyes open. So there you guys have it, 7 hours and 21 minutes the DualSense Edge controller lasts. Now, that's not bad on paper, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gaming for 7 hours straight. Considering the fact how the battery will degrade throughout time the more you use it, I'm not sure if this is a good number, because now 6 months later, or even a year later, that 7 hours is going to turn into 5 hours or 4 hours. And for these particular controllers, people tend to just plug them into the PS5 and call it a day. They don't even have to worry about battery life. And you could probably easily squeeze this to 8 hours if you disable vibration, the adaptive triggers, and set the light to dim. But like I said in the beginning, I want to keep everything default. I want to thank my friends for keeping me entertained, because I had this plugged into my controller and I was just tired. I could not keep my eyes open. We chilled, we played golf, and we vibed out. Before I end out this video, you guys notice my controller is different. I have a white PS button. That is a courtesy of Flamin' Toast with their button mashers. I'll throw a link in the description, and I customized my create button as well as my options button. It looks stunning to look at. It makes your DualSense Edge controller more exclusive. And yeah, I'll throw a link in the description, not sponsored. But as a whole, I love the DualSense Edge controller. After gaming with it for a few days now, it'll be hard for me to go back to a regular DualSense controller for competitive play. But nonetheless, it's not impossible. I just wish we have a removable battery pack, so if the controller dies, you could just swap out the batteries, go from 0 to 100 while the other battery pack is charging. That would have been genius for a pro controller, but unfortunately everything is built in. But nonetheless, I digress. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed or found this one helpful, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below what you guys think. I'm very curious. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Twitter at Simplypops, and I hope you guys have a simple day. Peace.